Often you need additional background parts to add depth or character to a project. Let's take a look at Live's chord and scale effects and see how they can be quickly used to create simple background parts, and also see how they can be combined with other devices. So I've got 3 of the MIDI effects down here, the chord, scale, and arpeggio MIDI effect devices. And I've got 2 of those disabled and minimized, and I've just got the chord active right now. So remember that as the MIDI signal enters a device chain and goes through these devices, they'll alter them in some way and then pass those on to this preset over here, which will then turn that MIDI signal into sound. So let's start off by taking a look at the chord MIDI effect. So any note that you hold down that enters the chord device will actually take that note and shift it up or down a number of half steps. Now I'll still hear the note that I'm playing, but I'm going to get that transposed and add it on to the note that I'm playing. So for example, if I take this shift 1 and dial that to the right plus 4, I'll add a note 4 half steps or a major third above the note I'm playing. So I'll hold down a C. So I need to put that track in record so that I can audition what I'm doing. And now I'll hold down C. And I'm hearing both C and E. Let's do that again. And I'll take the second shift parameter and I'll move that up to plus 7, which would give me a perfect fifth. So now I should get C, E, and G. There's a major triad. I'll take this last one and I'll actually transpose this down. Let's pull it down -5. And I'll double the fifth down below the note I'm playing. Now I just want to point out that you can actually balance a chord using these velocity editors underneath the shift parameter. And so that one was already set down a little bit lower, and that's helping me balance that fifth, which would have been a little bit loud in the balance of the chord. All right, so I'm going to disable this for a moment by clicking on the device activator button, and I'll double click the scale plugin to bring that up, and I'll enable that by clicking on its activator button. So I'm looking at a C major preset for this scale plugin, and this is showing me a matrix, and you'll notice that I get these blank boxes and dark boxes, blank, dark, then I get 2 blanks in a row, and if you take a good look at that, you'll notice that it's in the pattern of a keyboard. So what this is showing me is that if I play a C, I'm going to get a C. But if I play a C sharp, I'm actually going to get a C. D, I'll get D. D sharp, I'll actually get D. So what's happening here is that no matter what note that I'm going to play, this plugin is going to force those notes into the key of C. Just for example, I play C, you see the C light up. If I play C sharp, I'm actually still getting C. It's the same note. D, I get D. D sharp, I still get D. So that could be really handy. Now, if I re-enable the chord plugin and hold down my C, I'll still get C major. But check it out, when I play D, I'm not going to get the D major chord that the chord plugin is creating. It's going to take the F sharp that would be created, and because of the scale plugin, it's going to turn that F sharp into an F, and I'll get D minor. So I can actually generate the diatonic triads in the key of C. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C. Very cool. So I can also then take the effect that's happening with these plugins and then run this through the arpeggiator plugin. So if I reactivate that and bring that up, I'm going to put that on 16th notes again. And I could do something as simple as putting that on chord trigger. As I hold down a note, it will create a chord, in this case C major, and then it will run it through this scale plugin, which will force any of the notes that I'm playing to make sure that they're in the key of C. And then when it hits the arpeggiator, with the chord trigger style, it'll make the chord pulse. And it's doing that at the rate that I've got set. Now, let's do something that I might actually do if I was working on a song. So I might do something more in fifths and ninths over here. And so now I've got this set at a ninth and a fifth. Still want the C major plugin. Let me put this back on something like converge and diverge. And I'll set the rate at a 16th note this time. And I'm going to turn on the transpose so that I'm transposing this one step. And let me transpose that again up a fifth. Then I'll turn the velocity on and set a decay of around a couple seconds, and then I'll set the target velocity so that it decreases in volume as the pattern plays out. And this is what that would sound like. So you can create some really interesting patterns. So by themselves, the chord and scale plugins seem simple, but when combined together with the arpeggiator plugin, the possibilities are endless.